Hello, everybody. We are back. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope you're still doing well. It's Thanksgiving week, so I've actually just had a call with my mother about an hour ago before I started having dinner, and figuring out kind of what's going to happen. So Thursday stream will not be there. There's also a chance that Friday will not happen. Kind of depends on how things are going, but Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are going to be the same this week. So that's kind of what we're going to go and do now. Stream's going to be normal as is. But Thursday we will not have a stream, and Friday there's a chance we won't have a stream. Kind of depends on how family is. We probably will not have a stream. If there is, it'll be a surprise. So I will make that reflective inside the schedule. So, one second here. Anyway, we are back in Final Fantasy XI, and I have a small surprise for you guys. I figured out two things. One, I actually can rewatch cutscenes in this game. At least like 99% of them, from what I've been able to tell. I can't, for some reason, replay the cutscene that I did when I first started the character and stuff, which was different than what I ended up showing you guys. But, so, there are two things I can do. One, there are these bard characters that you see in each of the city zones. And I always kind of wondered what they were for. Because they just look like bards. You go talk to them, and you pay them 10 gil, and you can rewatch a cutscene, which is amazing. So, because of that, and here's the thing. The caveat is that the cutscenes are linked to the zone. So there's always going to be a bard character that does that. And then there's also title character NPCs. So you can actually go talk to a character and go get and change your character title to something relevant. And those are also kind of locked to certain zones and stuff like that, but cutscenes are. So over the weekend, I went ahead and I finished up. I finished doing Dynamis Juno. I then went off to Dynamis Bucidin, and then finished up Dynamis Zarkabard, except not all the way. I still have to beat the end boss of that zone. I wanted to hold that for stream because that's going to be more important. There's going to be cutscenes associated with that. But I went and got all the armor, so I've completely finished up all the armor stuff. So my surprise to you guys is that we now have a new glam. Yes, I'm in full relic gear now. And it's a nice little change of pace. Everything, so the armor is now coated in gold and looks a little cleaner. So yeah, this is what our character will look like until we end up getting our Abyssia armor set up and start working on that. That will be a little bit. So, last time when we were playing, we ended up helping the young Griffins, who are now changed. The young Griffins, I think. Yeah, they have now turned into the Griffins of the Swift, the Talents of the Swift Ring Griffins or something like that. They changed up their thing. XNL has actually gone on expedition with his father, so Rahal felt betrayed by that and has taken on the proverbial position of captain, which made him rechange the name from the young Griffins to whatever it is now. And we did some other things. We went off to Garland Citadel and tried helping there, and the children have now dealt with more death in terms of like comrades and stuff like that. So it's kind of hit them a little harder. We're not doing them currently because in the Wings of the Goddess storyline, we ran into Lilith, who was trying to catch Cait Sith. We finally figured out that Cait Sith actually is split into 9 separate entities. And while they were debating and seeing how much they could actually tell us about like what they were trying to do, we got attacked by Aquila, one of the weird phantom guys, and he ended up capturing 2 of the aspects of Cait Sith. So that's what's happened so far. So we are going to continue on with that. Cait Sith did let slip before they got attacked, that there was a particular the Jugna Forest where we were there was a particular medicine that could be created from some kind of resin there. So we ended up going and talking. So Lilithset said, wait, I remember Dad had a bottle of something that he kept up and he would constantly sip in it. So the talk is that we're going to see if we can find. So we're going to go talk to Amara, who lives in the present, and find out about this medicine, basically. So that's kind of where we're sitting at right now. I don't know where we'll get to in today's stream. Like I said, most of this at this point is complete blank. So we could continue on with some of the Rhapsodies of Vana'diel. I'm going to hold off on that just a little bit longer because it's starting to reveal things. It started to reveal stuff that we weren't quite aware of. I fear that it's going to reveal even more before we get there. So that's what we're going to do. South, we need to go to 4. With all of you who are watching, I hope you have a good Thanksgiving week. I hope that you're able to get together with people on Thanksgiving or whichever day your families or friends have kind of set aside for Thanksgiving. And I hope you're able to just kind of unplug a little bit from the world and just enjoy people who you care about for the day. So, we're getting into the holidays, so things are going to get cheery and cozy and all kinds of fun stuff, so I'm hoping that that will be the case. Oh, I went right off to Punk Falls. We're not supposed to go to her. She's at G6, so she's off in this direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and run through this courtyard. She is... Okay, now we should be a little closer. Now we can probably scan for remote scan for G6. I think it's this this door over here. This one. Yeah, we've gone to Amar before for a quest, I think. For a side quest. Amara! Well, if it isn't Lilithset. It's lovely to see you again, Amara. You're looking well. I just look at you. How you've grown. Last time I saw you, you would have been this day Sir Regulus passed away. Yes. Yes. What's a pretty little number you got on there? It's mighty familiar, like something your mother used to wear. You like it? It's the performers' outfits from my dance troupe. I'm actually a famous dancer now, you know. A dance troupe, you say? Do those things still even exist? The closest thing that comes to Sandori nowadays is that Valeriano crew. With their fire breathing and sword juggling and... yes, we're rather rare nowadays. But more importantly, I have a favor to ask of you, Amara. I need you to make that medicine again. Medicine, you say? You mean the same one I brewed for your father all those years ago? Yes, you see, someone I know was experiencing similar symptoms. Is that right? It breaks my heart to have to disappoint you, dearie, but I can't make that medicine anymore. What? But why? The main ingredient, Cyrano's resin, can no longer be found. Oh. Real shame, I know, but it's been that way for some years, ever since the last batch of Cyrano's bulbs was harvested. There's nary a mature tree to be seen nowadays. It's like they would just all end up and disappeared off the horizon. And to think that not a decade ago, the saplings from which the bulbs could be obtained were as common as those pesky little hairs out in Ronfar. saplings in the past. Death, I trust I needn't tell you what our next course of action is. An extinction's no match for this tag team duo. Whatever the task and no matter the odds, future fabulous shall prevail. Okay, so I already went and got this last time we played. So I currently have it tucked away in my inventory. Where is it? There it is. And go ahead and give it to Amara. My, be that the Cernus bulb you have there? I haven't seen one of these for... Actually, I can't remember when I last saw one. How did you come by it? This is what you wanted, right? Please, Amara, I need the medicine as soon as... ever the impatient young Lilith said, I see. You never were one for waiting. I hate to have to disappoint you again, dearie, but the mature tree is what we need. What? Try planting that bulb by the shore of an unspoiled lake. Once it's grown to maturity, you'll find the resin seeping out of the cracks of ripened fruit. That resin, solidified, is what is needed to make our medicine. All right, I'll do as you say. Yes, that's the spirit. You'll have something to look forward to in 10, maybe 20 years from now. What? Oh, seems I've developed a knack for disappointing you. Okay, so. Like I said, whatever the task and no matter the odds. We'll plant this bulb and have it grow into a hulking tree in the blink of an eye, with moss and all. Now, we just need to find an unspoiled lake. Death, do you know of such a place? I must confess, my geographic knowledge is sorely wanting. You, on the other hand, seem to be quite well-traveled and familiar with the lay of the land. This is what this tag team duo is all about, making up for each other's shortcomings. All right then, after you, Mr. Geography Expert. Okay, so now we have to go into the past. We need to plant the bulb back in Jugnar again, apparently. So. Actually. Doesn't matter which way I go. It's about the same either way. Travel back to the Ronfar. I've also been working my way through the Magian trials for Great Katana. I actually just, this afternoon, I was able to snag a kill from a notorious monster that I've been hunting for a little bit and gotten onto the next phase. I'm going to be actually going into the Voidwalker notorious monster system, which I will admit I don't really know how it works. I found a YouTube video of somebody explaining it, so I'm hoping that will help me. Okay, so this is our current. So, the unspoilt lake that we're going to go to, it is also in Jugnar Forest. So, A little annoyed about running back and forth in this place over and over again, but eh. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the update this the sigil. Not many notes. And then it says by using the Arbiter, we can get pretty close. So, oh, it adds have activated. All right. Vector Forest. Go to Allied notes. There we go. Okay, now. We look at the map. We should be going to E6. That's the Medeos Spring. All right. Oh. Anyway, back to what I was talking about with Dynamis. Because I've gotten the armor and stuff like that, because I went through and finished up zones without letting you guys see the cutscenes, we will go rewatch those cutscenes when we go and fully complete it. So the next time we have to actually wait for a thing, I will go and do those. So you guys will see a couple cutscenes. And then we will actually go fight the Shadow Lord in Dynamis, who I believe is called the Dynamis Lord. And with that all done, we do have the Dreamland, the Dream World Dynamis, which is additional zones. Quitham, Tavnazia, Bubru Peninsula, Valkurm, stuff like that. So now there should be a Hummus Rich Earth. Here we are. This is what we're for. You plant a Cernus bowl. Okay. Okay, and now that we've done that, we now need to travel to the present day. This is a little, Ocarina of Time thing, you know? You plant the seeds when you're a kid, and then when you go to the present day and they're fully grown. And the pads are fully grown and you use them to navigate things. It's kind of what it feels like. Just a little bit. Now, we should just go ahead and just run back to the... Run back to the mall that's here and go into the present, and then run our way back up there. So. Okay, here we are. Ah, we can actually walk ourselves to the walk of echoes itself. Welcome to the present. Excuse me. Okay, now that we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and run back down. Those Mylodons are just now tigers. The fact that the gnolls no longer or don't exist in the present tells me that they possibly died out in the past, which I find kind of interesting. Now, I do know what it really means, that just new enemies that got added into the content to try and liven it up a bit, but if you think about it logically. Oh, I need to work my way up the slope first. There we are. Did have a cutscene here. That's odd. There's nothing growing here. Did the bulb fail to sprout? Oh, she got knocked out. And nope. Cernus just decided not to stay in one place. Ow. It feels like a tree fell on me. Oh, Jedith, the Cyrannus resin. Did you... Hooray! Let's take it to Amaro without delay. Alrighty. Now, according to this... I'm waiting until the next game day. Ugh. So, we have our chance. Now, the cutscenes and stuff, I don't know. We'll probably won't, if it doesn't completely fill us up the whole way, then we can go finish up unlocking Dragoon, because we stopped on that quest only part way. Okay, let's go ahead and run ourselves over to the outpost. Because there will be a guide there, and we can warp our way to there. Ourselves to Sandoria. I've seen people with these worm hats on. Absolutely ridiculous. I think I need to use a little bit of this beeswax. So you're feeling a little chapped. Well, at least dry. Now. Isn't this one? This one. There she is. Mara, we have it. Yeah? What's this? What's the ruckus? Is the house on fire? Good goddess. Cyrannus resin. Well, pinch my cheeks and call me senile. What miraculous manner of magic did you use to get a hold of this? That's a trade secret. Now please, Amara, make me the medicine. Very well then, I'll get started. But just so you know, this isn't some Quack's instant synthesis recipe. Don't forget to breathe from time to time while you wait. Okay, she's on the clock. Now we have to wait for the next game day. So, while we wait, I'm gonna go show you guys the cutscenes. So, on stream so far, I've been able to show you guys the cutscenes for Sandoria, Bastok, and Windurst. I have not shown you all of Juno's. So, let's go off to Juno and talk. You talked to at 3, yes. I also wanted to let you guys know that there's a new game that came out just about a week ago called Where Winds Meet. And it honestly looks really interesting. It's an online RPG. It is free to play though, so I will be playing the basic version of it. But I'm thinking of potentially streaming it. So I don't know how that will work out. I don't know if I need to play the game a little bit first to see if it's, you know, viable or not. But figure something out. Let's see. What do we have here? The problem is that they're all done by the name of the quest they were attached to, which I don't think means I don't think that it's here. They have to do other quests. Ah, here we are. So, Shadowland Part 2. So this was us going into... Guys can just get the 4 trophies of the different realms. And this is the Mithra that was on the expedition team. Humans and Gog have never been the best of friends. I used to think that was just the way it was. It always would be. I figured I'd be causing myself grief if I stuck my whiskers into other nations' problems. My next catnap was all that mattered to me in those days. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. Responsibility for Rogram's transformation lies with all of us who traveled with him on that expedition. By sharing the blame for the crimes he committed as the Shadow Lord, we can finally call ourselves his true companions. Let me help you on your path. May guiding light fill this prismatic hourglass. Rogram's fate is in your hands. Now, back to that again. And this is the end scene for that. Once you get the item. Beastman of that world carries the spoils of previous battles, equipment that you or I would use. I'm not able to touch them in my present form, but I feel something about those weapons and armor. Something extraordinary. Wait. I don't mean that they're like cursed or anything like that. It's something more like not ominous, but how can I explain it? Anyway, they're not evil, just, you know, different from other normal short swords and things. Being all ghost-like and stuff. You can feel things like that. But enough of that kind of talk. Congratulations are in order. You got your paws on the Hydra Corp technical map. It shows you've got the goods of the hero department. It will also help you get into Zarkabar. The first thing you got to collect is the other 3 trophies, and then hightail to the snowy Buston Glacier. Cornelia should be there waiting for you. So now we do have to go on a little bit of hike for the other ones. So we do have to go to Buston Glacier, and then we have to go off to Zarkabar. So not the worst thing in the world, but still a little annoying. So because of how it's set up, the bards do it inside towns, but there's these targetable spots in when you go to other locations outside of towns called Goblin Footprints. Let's see. Current Hulu. We want to go to the second one, though. So doing any cutscenes that are outside of towns, you go to Goblin Footprints. They're usually at the beginning of a zone, like the entrance of a zone. I went ahead and staked out the ones that we will need. So we do have to run around just a little bit. Because of where this book is set up, it is going to be a little bit of a walk, unfortunately. I do not know why they set the book here, kind of more the center of the map, rather than where we would normally go, but I have made the run before, and I have checked the cutscenes, so I at least know that that's where this is. Funnily enough, you actually have to go further than where you normally would go. Now, Bucin is more interesting because it actually has a combination of all the monsters from the previous one. So it has Quadavs, it has Orcs, it has Yagudo, but then it also has the what were they called? It was the Hydra Corps, which are foamers, and they all are wearing they're all the jobs that you can get from Rise of the Zalart. So you don't see Blue Mages and Puppet Masters and stuff like that. But it is all the others, and they all are wearing the Relic armor equivalent. I think except for, I don't know if Warriors were actually wearing something different. But it was a little different, fighting against those. So you have Fulmars, and then you also had Ardemon as enemies. And they handled kind of the top part of the map. As you went down, you found the other groups. So you start out with goblins, you went down to level, it became the Yagudo, and then the bottom you ran into the Quadav and then the Orcs. Now, it's around here somewhere, kind of close to where the tunnel entrance is. There it is, Goblin Footprints. So, to do this, Goblin Footprints are actually even nicer, because instead of paying 10 gil, you trade, but you don't lose anything. So I can literally throw on the Dark Crystal Cluster, but nothing happens. Oh my god, you're one of those adventurers, aren't you? Got nothing on me, man. I'm just minding my own businesses, looking for junk and stuff. Hey, watch out, you don't want to fight me. I'll turn you into meat jerky. Wait, about you and me being friends instead? Wait, how about you and me be friends instead? Sound good? I travel all over the world and hear lots of different stories. I even hear your stories. I can tell you one if you want. Yes. So, when we get here, Dynamis the Shrouded. Now listen closely. I don't think you have to trade every time. He's just there until you decide to walk away. So here's now Cornelia. All new text now. I have been waiting for you. Do you remember the last words Ralgrim spoke to you? The link will soon be severed. Do you understand the significance of these words? When the soul that was divided is once whole again, towering rage will take on physical form. Yes, a new Shadow Lord will be born. Even I will no longer hear his voice. Even now, I can barely feel the emanations of Ralgrim's faltering spirit. When those emanations fade completely, he will be... Zarkabard of that other realm is shrouded in a vast darkness, prevented contact from the outside. Even those of us without material bodies are unable to penetrate that mist of eternal night. Until that mist clears, I cannot guide you to Zarkabard. The next place you must venture is the twin of Vanadil's Bucidin. There you will find the last trophy to complete the set of keys we need. You must obtain the last trophy. All 5 trophies combined with our power will create a synergistic force, allowing us to part the shroud for a few precious moments. It will open a path between worlds. Take care, my brave adventurer. May the blessings of Altana guide and protect you. And then it warps you in. Now, Oh, he slipped away while I wasn't looking. Never mind, you do have to trade each time. Well, that's a little annoying. Okay, so the Dynamis Interloper should be the next one afterwards. Hydrocorpus insignia and the 4 trophies. These artifacts have been long and lost in that other world. Hydrocore was a unit formed after our expedition to the Northlands. It must have been in the time of the Great War. Nobody knows how the Hydra artifacts came to be there, but those 5 trophies will open the path for you. Each of these items holds a measure of power. However, the strength of a single artifact is limited. The prismatic hourglass and the vial of shrouded sand. Combined, these separate entities create a bridge from Vandale to the other realms. Darkbard, I'm afraid, is another matter entirely. Unless the Shroud of Darkness is lifted, that power alone will not be enough to open the way. However, the 5 trophies resonate with another artifact that lies within this land. If we can join our strength to theirs... Let us make haste to the land where this all began, to Zarkabard. Now, I think there's one more... Is there another cutscene? I think there is. Desires of Emptiness. I don't know if this is one that we want. Maybe later. Oh, well that's the case. I'm out of here. So, we now have gotten our cutscene to go into. So you start down here and you run through. This is all empty. You get to the first kind of clearing here. This is where you normally start. That's the trail markings there. You walk out here, and just like here, there are goblins. You fight the goblins all through here. This was probably the biggest of the maps because you have to go ups and downs and all that jazz. And it's far more convoluted than I was expecting it, to be honest. One way or another. It's still kind of fun to go through and do this content, especially now that I have trusts. So, yeah, like I said earlier, I'd gotten all the armor that I needed from here. So, it's all been picked up and stored away, so when I do other jobs, I will have access to that armor for glamour and possibly upgrades if I want to go that route with a particular job. I know of a handful of jobs that I want to take up to snuff. Not sure about all of them. I definitely won't do all of them. That's just crazy. There's so much armor that you have to get for the mages and stuff. It's a little crazy. I know I want to do Blue Mage, because Blue Mage is one of my favorite jobs. Yeah, you do here, and you go down, and it's goblins until you get to the next area. The next level down is Yagudo, and then you head down to the Kudavan Orcs. So, I'm gonna come all the way back up here. When you get up here, you're fighting against the Fomars. Fomars and Evil Eyes. Stuff like that. Okay, now we go to Zarkabard. Now, every time I've done one of these, when you fight the boss, so you can fight the normal boss, which gets you the tool, but then you can fight an arc version of it, which is trading in the pages that you get. These Fiendish Tome pages, basically. And it allows you to fight a harder version of the last boss. They've all gone down pretty quickly, but the one I did for Dynamis Houston Glacier was different. It was Angry Manu, if you played 14, World of Darkness, the big Ahriman with 2 eyes, front and back. That's Angry Manu. He was just an Ahriman in here. But it was interesting. He had multiple health bars, but that couldn't be expressed normally, so he would go down to 0, his health would immediately go back to 100, and he would spawn into different creatures and stuff like that. So he became an absolutely gigantic, like, couldn't see his head big on the screen, icon, one of the bird icons, and then he became a giant dragon, and all kinds of stuff. So, honestly, really crazy. Oh, we do need to find the goblin footprint here, though. Oh, I just walked out. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Now, let me take a look really quick. I'm pretty sure. One for Zarkabard. Where is it? Location is I-10. Oh, okay, so it's in this little, it's apparently in that little canyon there rather than the normal area. So, I walked back out again. Sometimes I don't like how the camera sets itself up. It should be behind my character. It doesn't do that always, though. Okay, now, facing the right direction? Yes. Okay. So the entrance to the Dynamis is here. We have to go find those, go find that footprint first, though. And according to the Wikipedia... Oh, nope, it should be J... I think I read the wrong one. It should be here, actually. I don't know what the Hero's Gambit is. I tried looking it up. Apparently, nothing came up on the wiki about it, so I'm not sure what that was specifically. One way or another. Oh, it actually says Adventurers. Dynamis, the Shrouded Land, Part 1. Now listen closely. I think this is the beginning one, where Ralgrim actually talks to us. This is when you actually unlock Dynamis, and it says, "Hey, you need to go to all the town. You need to go to all the cities first." Even the blackest night, the golden sun always rises to begin a new morning. This troubled land will soon have its dawn. Of that I am certain. I never thought to walk this land again, even in death. Is this what they call karma? This land has borne the weight of my sins. I will not beg for forgiveness, but accept my responsibility. So this is the reason for that unspeakable terror I felt Taru here when I was still alive. It's possible the other realm has existed for much longer than anyone ever dreamed. Keep your wits about Taru, Ujedith. I'm not really fond of touching platitudes. Snap Ralgrim to his senses with a big old smack to the head for me. It is time. Put an end to this 30-year nightmare, Jedith. Prismatic Hourglass, show us the path to Zarkabard. And now that we're here, we will now go. Now, I'm going to have to run my way through here, more or less. So I'll try to do this more as quickly as I can. I don't want to waste more time than necessary. Okay. So, like every other place, we're done. Now, the enemies here are a little different. It's the Kindred, so we're fighting it, so it's all demons. as we start here, we have to make our way all the way to D and E. We have to literally walk all the way to Zarkovar, to the castle. So, let's begin. And the Beastmasters upgraded here. They get freaking wyverns. So, we are going to have to fight groups of enemies, but I'm going to try running through the area as fast as I can first to see if we can get there without having to fight everything. Thankfully, so they also added a new set of enemies here. These are called satellite weapons. And they basically are, they're kind of like the living weapons without the creature manifestation patrolling the weapon, swinging the weapons themselves. They're literally just living weapons that'll attack you. If you guys recognize this is the music that they play during when you're fighting the Shadow Lord in things. So we have horns, so it's musical instruments. As we go up, we'll find other ones. We'll see shields, swords, tachi, kunai. I don't think I ran into anything like bows. There's daggers right there. Now, a lot of these creatures here, they're meant to kind of help you when you do the relic weapons. The reason why I haven't immediately jumped on those is because it's actually really hard to get relic weapons, even now. It's extremely easier because the currency is far easier to come across, but but it's still a lot. You have to spend a lot of time and a lot of effort making them. So, so when working your way through these, you would have to go and fight special Fomars in. Well, you have to craft certain weapons. I think you have to get certain weapons. You have to have certain crafting items. At the time when I looked into them, you really could only get the armor, get the stuff from inside Dynamis. I believe you can get it from other locations now as well, because of how easy it is to run through old school Dynamis. It's not nearly as much of a chore. It still takes a long time though. It's still quite a grind to get to the relic weapons. At some point, I'm probably going to be making a relic weapon for a job. No guarantees though. Because of all the new weapons that they've added since then. They did relics, they did mythics, Imperiums. Imperiums are pretty often caught up. Aeonics, I think, is kind of the big one now. There's also Divergence weapons, which I haven't heard anyone really talk about. But they sound like they're kind of like the same thing. But it has been interesting going through these areas because you can occasionally run into other people going through Dynamis, fighting enemies and stuff like that. I don't think I've done that on stream itself, but every time I've gone in, I usually will see another person. It has been kind of nice that as I've been doing this older content, I have been getting merit points, which I've been able to sink more into my character. I found out that later content you can actually turn in merit points for like key items and stuff like that. So I now know why merit points are important, other than just doing mild upgrades to your character. before you start doing mastering and stuff like that. Anyway, we got to run up those steps, get to the key to fight Dynamis Lord. So, and we'll fight him twice. We'll do the basic Dynamis Lord, and then we'll do the Arch Dynamis Lord. It's also interesting while you're here, multiple ancient currencies will drop. As you saw, we picked up a Bind Bill, which is Bastok, but you can also get the copper. You can also get the copper and silver from Sandoria, as well as the shells for Windurst. What I like is that for a lot of the stuff that you have to get, you'll get the one denomination, the single denomination in Dynamis. Trade 100 to one of the goblins in the strongholds, and you can actually change it into a 100. If you get 100 of those, oh, see, there's somebody running around. Right, I guess they're probably going off to. They might go off to Dynamis Lord as well. If you get 100 of the 100 bills, you get a 1,000 denomination. And I think it goes to 10,000, which is the highest it goes, and you only ever need one. And that's for the relic quest. Relics were meant to be like the thing. Like, if you had relics, you were like the coolest person ever. But anybody who ever actually looked at it is like, oh gosh, you slaved away for how long now? I remember wanting to actually like get all the relics when I was younger, when I played this game. Now looking at it, it's like, no, it's not worth it. Because once you get them, they're still level 75. You then have to do a bunch of Magian trials to actually upgrade them up to 99, get them to 119. And, yeah, not particularly fun. All things considered. Yeah, it looks like this person's going off to Dynamis. So, because they got ahead of me, I think I will let them do it first, and I will sit back and let them do it. Because you can only pop them one. You can only pop it one at a time. You have to get you have to get the items to pop. You have to get the what is it called? I think it's the Searing. Yeah, here's a Ryaja. And the reason why you want to do these ones is because they can sometimes drop the $100 variety, which is far more powerful than, which is using a Re-Raiser. Oh, he might be doing the Dynamis Lord. This might be him popping. Anyway, we'll go ahead and sit back and let him do his thing and not get caught in the crossfire. Oh, he's a blue mage. Ah. Goon gives himself defense. I want to say there was one for magical defense, and I don't remember what it is. Okay, he's going in. Yep, there it is. We'll go ahead to the base of the ramp, and we'll just keep a. Yeah, I think he's doing. I think he's doing Dynamis Lord. Which is interesting. He must be working on a weapon or something, because you typically wouldn't touch this otherwise. And you know that he's doing well. He's got a Mombaro as a trust. That's up there. He is Dynamis Lord. Now it's not the Arch Dynamis Lord. It's just Dynamis Lord. They find it. Yeah, so Mombaro's a little interesting because he's a chemist, and you can only get him after you're getting so many beads done, which are one of the biggest time lock bits of currency. Expansions, that was a... I think that's a... Yeah, I think he's got a relic weapon, actually. My goodness. What has he got? Yeah, Tizana. And there's Dynamis Lord. Down it goes. casted Erratic Flutter that gives him haste. Yeah, I think he's doing, he must be doing Arch, the Arc Dynamis Lord. So I'm gonna sit back and we're gonna watch him do it. And then we'll do it ourselves. After that, we'll then go off and do our own thing. He might be trying to learn something from that. I don't know if you can learn anything from the Dynamis Lord, but there's a thought. He's unbridled learning. I wonder what that. I don't know what that is. Natural meditation gets an attack boost. It's funny that he's adding all this stuff up. He clearly can just smack it around. Now, like I was saying earlier with Angry Manu, I had to fight multiple health bars. Wretched filth, dregs of the earth, return to the pestilent soil that birthed you. Yep, came right out of 14, just like 14. So my guessing is that the Arc Dynamis Lord has more than one health bar as well. Either that or he's just really, really powerful. Yeah, look, he just smacked it down from 90 to 40. Oh, it splits. Okay. So we're not going to get surprised. So it looks like you're fighting multiple Dynamis Lords now. 3 versions, I guess? I'm not concerned about fighting this guy. I'm not. The reason why this guy's different is because he's using... he's got 2 healers. He's got a Geomancer. He's actually got 3 healers. He's got, yeah, so he's got 3 healers. He's got a Bard, and he's got a Geomancer. And beat it just like that. Now, I don't know what he's waiting for, because he literally cannot pop it again. He's used up all his items for it. Unless he's somehow able to hold multiple, which I doubt. Yeah, they're rare X items. You can only hold one at a time. I don't know if we're going to have cutscenes in this or anything, but I'm expecting that we will. Okay, Shrouded Bajau. Fight in vain. Victory has always been beyond your reach. Now, differently from him, I am not nearly high level, so it's not going to go. I'm not going to go rushing through this as quickly. You can still do big damage and stuff like that, but not like he was doing. He was dropping like 60% smacks, and I'm not doing that much. Of light and shadow, my undying servants, your master calls you. Yin and yang? Got the battle standard. All right. He probably was making sure that I didn't die. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's looking at me and he's going like, oh, he's got basic ones. Maybe he's not ready. He never checked, he never examined me. So maybe he was just going purely off of look. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and spawn our Arc Dynamis Lord, and then we'll get out, and then, because Dynamis, as far as I know, the base Dynamis is done. We do have the other areas, which we will do eventually. I'm going to probably take a small break from Dynamis, because honestly, it's been a little bit of a nightmare trying to work on it. I know that in the Dream World Dynamis, which I need to make sure I've actually unlocked, you can also get relic accessories. So it could be something like a back or neck or a belt. They're not particularly useful now because they're very much they're very much not useful. You can't upgrade them like you can the relic armors. So it's a little different. One more. Meditate. Unfortunately, I don't remember what all my job abilities do. Go back and have to... This day, the rivers run red with your foul blood. Such is the fate of maggots who oppose my rightful rule. Oh my gosh! Lost, okay, I was not expecting that, actually. Ah! Okay. Ow. The arch ones are actually bonuses. They're not necessary. So... knowing that this thing is kicking my butt is kind of, is a little scary, honestly. But if I die, we'll just come back here and we'll just get the cutscene and we'll be done with that. I'm guessing that I will die. I think the case is that you're supposed to fight them all down low and then blast them all shortly. Then you can't have them respawning and stuff like that. So the fact that I just lost half my party due to that is disconcerting. Anyway, it's not a humongous deal. I think he drops something for you, but otherwise, not really. Yep, I'm down. Aerodynamics Archibald. Let's see what he drops. Because, yeah, that was a lot harder than I was expecting. I'm guessing he would be a 99 rather than the normal 75. Anyway, we'll go ahead and grab that, and we'll go back and get our cutscene. Because defeating the Ark is not important, like I said. Oh, yeah, and this will take us back into the past, so need to warp ourselves back to Zarkbard. Here, we'll run across town and pick up the guide over there and warp. I actually cannot find a thing about On the page on Dynamis Archibald, I can't find anything about the Dynamis Lord. Arc Dynamis Lord. Here we go. Okay. And he drops rewards. Umbral Marrow, Archon Cape, Sage Singer, Tail Singer, and he can drop a 100 equivalent as a rare. Let's see what some of these things are. Tail Keeper is a sword. Resistance against terror. Oh, interesting. Oh, wrong book. Sage Singer is another sword. Ah, steals enchantment effect. Whoa, that's cool. Archon Ring, occasionally annuls severe magic damage taken. Elemental magic accuracy +5, magic attack bonus up. So he might have been fighting them. He might have been fighting him for the ring or one of the items actually. Occasionally annuls severe physical damage is the Archon Cape. Dark Weather, accuracy +13, attack +13. Umbral Marrow. Oh, okay. You need the Umbral Marrow. 5 required for level 99 or 250 required to Afterglow, which I think is... Afterglow is something that those weapons have. Meaning that after you use their weapon skill, they basically have an additional effect. I know that Excalibur, after you use its, which is Atonement, I think, you gain a region. And then the Marrow is the same thing. Yeah, so you also have to use them for recursing high-quality Petrified Abjuration Armor. So yeah, he very much is like the big bad optional boss of Dynamis, which is interesting. Okay, now, because we did all that, we should have a cutscene. Is it over? No, the rage has merely been dispersed. As long as I exist, he will never truly die. But perhaps an eternal soul is something beyond the concept of death? Essentially saying, hey, come back here and do this again. Jareth, you have achieved an incredible feat. The unification of the Shadow Lord has been prevented. I have not the words to express my gratitude. The power of the crystal has faded, but I will be drawn into that towering rage no more. I have heard the voice of the one who holds sway over this realm. The one who holds sway? Yes, from the center of infinite darkness. I was at a place beyond comprehension, and those words reached into my mind. You who have touched the crystal, the one who holds immortal power within a mortal shell. The rage that has risen from your twisted core will devour my world. It was an error in judgment to shelter you. The order of my realm has been disrupted. I give to you a duty. You will stand vigilant until an age without hatred has dawned. No matter what terrible power you might wield, there is no escape from Dynamis for an incomplete soul. No return to the land of blessed light. What manner of being was this who spoke from a pit of blackness? As this question gnawed at my mind, the voice grew quiet, leaving me in an unanswered silence. Of one thing I was certain. This voice belonged to the ruler of Dynamis. Diablos. A flow of energy exists in Vana'diel that has escaped the notice of those who dwell there. 30 years past, my contact with the crystal caused an accelerated change in this flow. It was as if it had leaped forward, rushed along a deliberate course. Nobody knows what lies at the end of this journey. Perhaps it will reveal the true nature of Vana'diel. Jareth, you may be the one to witness this truth. power stored in the prismatic hourglass will soon be drained. Now I must remain in this world in my role as observer. Do not forget who you are, Jeth. I bid farewell to a most heroic adventure. Nice, kind of out of existence. My old companions. See Ulrich kind of standing off to the side. This duty is too much for just one to bear. If you will have me, I will stand at your side until an age without hatred has arrived. It pains me to see the depths to which my country has fallen. That is my only reason for staying. Do not misunderstand my motivations. Blessed Light and the ruler of Dynamis. I do believe you've rekindled my long-forgotten sense of adventure. Once I've gotten all fired up, even you can't keep me back, Raugrim. I'm sure my incomparable research skills will be of use in your task. Come on, let's see a little excitement. This is our expedition's 30th reunion. It's not the Northlands this time. None of us are going to grow old and die, so who else would you want with you on the task as long as this one? I'm not going to back down, no matter how much you complain. Better just give in and accept the fact that you're stuck with me. Thought this would be the end for you, for sure. Just as thick-skinned as he used to be. But no words for an old friend? Thinking about testing your theory on whether or not a soul can be killed? I betrayed you. I extinguished the light of your precious Cornelia. The man responsible for this entire nightmare stands right before you. Everything began 30 years ago, and there were things that came to an end. Even though I was a prisoner of uncontrollable rage, the fact remains that I took the lives of my companions with my own hands. And yet, my old companions, you're the ones who have saved me from falling into that pit of hatred a second time. I have words of gratitude, but do not stand in a position to blame anyone for their actions, no matter who that person may be. Raugrim, are you sure you want to do this? This duty will continue until hatred is faded from the land. As long as my divided soul remains, there may never be an end to that rage. Raugrim, there is no need to suffer alone anymore. Our presence here should answer your question. There are crimes that must be atoned for. If that means staying on after death and watching over this world, then we who were your companions will share the burden along with you. Till the dawn of an age without hatred. No, as long as this world continues to be, I will remain by your side. Cornelia. So, as far as I'm aware, we're done with Dynamis. I'm going to take just a quick little look here at the Dreamlands, because they do have a new higher version of Dynamis. It's called Dynamis D, and it's meant for like 119 content. So. So the other ones, it's Valkrum, Abubaru, and Quithum go into Tavnazian. Yeah, Dynamis Divergence is the next one. Is the next big one. And I will eventually do that. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming that, but certainly could. Let's go ahead and take a look at these ones here. Now, the Dreamland stuff was meant to kind of upgrade the base relic gear into +1 gear, I think. Because you can get, for the relic armor, there's normal relic armor, and then there's relic armor -1. It's basically a crapped out version of normal relic gear. And you would take those and craft them together to do an upgrade. I've been able to skip all that because they've added new avenues of how to skip it. So, yeah, I don't know. You get a vial of shrouded sand, rank 6, level 65, and have done Chains of Promathia up to Dynamis, I think. So, I don't know what is required to get into Dreamworld Dynamis. I would like to eventually go into those ones. They're set a little differently, though, so... That's something that I'll do eventually. It's not humongously interesting to me at this time. Because I would really only be going in there to beat it, as well as get the accessories, which are kind of kaput at this moment. So I really would just be going in there to get them, to have them, to check that off a list, more or less. So Dynamis is done. We have gone a whole hour since we last talked to our story. So let's go ahead and finish that story, shall we? We have to go back to Sandoria normal for all that. But it is nice to know that if I do see a cutscene, I can re-show you guys the cutscene. It's just a matter of making sure that I look up, find out where things are and stuff like that. So I'm happy about that. I wanted to go ahead and get into the satchel and drop the... And the fact that I don't have to go get the relic armor anymore is also really nice. The relic armor, all the relic weapons. I would still have to go get some, I believe it's Griffin hide, if I really wanted to get to it, but not hugely important as of right now. The thing that I will be working on a little bit more, the next time we do something kind of like this, it will be Abyssia. There is a little story attached to Abyssia, so what probably will happen is I will work on it like normal, and when I get in, I can show you guys like the cutscenes and everything, like the characters we talk to, because there is a story attached to it, but it's not one that I like show in a normal stream. So let's see. Current zone. Now, back to what we were doing. Not that direction. Now, when we get to the point where I've kind of finished up the story and it's just me playing the game, I don't know what will happen for streams. I know that a good chunk of what will happen will be me leveling jobs up, and then it'll probably be doing artifact quests and stuff like that. But for later things, I don't know where I'll get to. That's something I just haven't gotten there yet, so I don't know what that's fully going to entail. But at some point, I will have to kind of transfer off this game and be starting something else. Ah, young ones, the medicine's ready. Sincerely hope it serves its purpose. Thank you so much, Amara. Lilithsat, I recall having told you in the past that this medicine possesses no healing powers, none whatsoever. While it can alleviate the more severe symptoms and relieve pain by way of dulling the senses, the effects are temporary at best. You understand that, don't you? Yes, Amara, I understand. You're the last person who needs any reminding, but no medicine is any kind to be able to save your father. Come, Jareth, we have a delivery to make. Yeah, kind of running home to the point of, yeah. It delights me to see the beautiful young woman Lilithsat's become. Quite a far cry from the snot-nosed crybaby who used to come running to me, eyes all red, whenever the other children teased her. I can only imagine the solitude she must have felt, growing up bereft of her parents. But I'm relieved to see that she's no longer alone. Okay, so we got the ball of the tree tonic. Next quest, next mission: spoonful of sugar. Head to the Victory Gate and speak to Rosting. Now, I'm pretty sure at some point I will have to run. I'm going to have to run off to Windurst in the pass, because as of right now, I don't have access to that. I'm going to have to run there. Jedith, crave your pardon for my my recent effrontery. Sir Regulus himself has informed me of the invaluable role you play in our nation's defense. Please enter at will. Your passage shall be hindered no more. Looks like I will have to go to Windurst South to speak with their officials. I beseech your reconsideration, Sir Nagmalada. Impossible. The message has already been delivered to His Majesty the King. But, sir, the citizenry, surely they deserve the right to have a say in this matter. Nagmalada. Once again, we run into this guy. It would appear you have visitors. You are evidently a busy man. I will keep you from your duties no longer. If you could spare but a few more moments, I'd like to introduce you to Jedith to the Knights of the Iron Ram, a loyal soldier of the Alliance. Is that so? Jedith is a fellow member of the Allied forces. I implore you to join me in dissuading Sir Nagmalada. Yeah, what's this about? Medicine, you say? That must wait. We have more urgent matters to resolve. Sir Nagmalada, you see, it struck with me to news of dire gravity from Juno. It is the intent of the duchy to surrender to the Beastman Confederate. The Beastmen have been targeting Juno with an unsettling singleness of mind as of late, with many fierce clashes taking place within the city's immediate vicinity. According to Sir Nagmalada, Juno cannot stay the enemy's indefinite battering of its walls for much longer. That is the only matter of time before the duchy is completely exhausted of manpower and resources. The Archduke's wishes not for the nation to continue bleeding in vain. Following lengthy and impassioned deliberation, surrender was deemed to be the sole course of action that could avert total annihilation from befalling Juno. But the three nations, too, are advised to commence preparations for unconditional surrender. If I may venture a proposal, I shall seek audience with King Destin and request permission to dispatch troops to bolster Juno's defensive effort. In the meantime, if talk of surrender could be led in abeyance. A generous offer, but I fear it will be in vain. It is no secret that Sandoria has suffered numerous stinging defeats at the hands of the Beastmen. The duchy is not so unsympathetic as to deprive your alien army with what little remains. Your Excellency is gracious, even in declinature. If the duchy finds Sandoria assistance alone wanting, I shall personally see that Bastock and Windurst too provide Juno with reinforcements, if it please you. Sir Nagmalada. So be it. Archduke Camlino will be informed of your proposal. but this opinion is unlikely to change. I believe this would prove to be a royal waste of time. Take my leave of you. My lord, to where are you headed? See the king and request his permission to mobilize a contingent of knights for the defense of Juno. The Battle of Juno. Will he be all right? Something weighs heavily on your mind. Sir Nagmalada. Seems to me Sir Regulus is unwell. A wound taken to the chest. Experience tells me true. How did you... I beg you, sir, please keep this matter in confidence. I understand. Thank you, my lord. I know a skilled physician based in Juno. At your word, I can have medicine prepared to treat Sir Regulus's affliction. You're very kind, my lord, but Lisette and Jareth have already brought some for him. But thank you all the same. Oh, this is kind of creepy. A certain Nagmalada? I say this not lightly. I want you to come with me. Doing so will not only be for your sake, but for that of the world also. Of this fact, you'll become to realize in due time. What are you saying? The world? Now come. Oh, creep. Touch me not, sir. Simple dancer I may be, but my lord would not do well not to underestimate me. A spirited woman, no less than I had expected. Pray forgive my trespass. No, smack him one! The absolute jerk. Whew. What was that about? The king has granted permission for both the Ironcrest Hawks and the Iron Rams to be mobilized. The two units will depart as soon as preparations are complete. As for me, I shall first head to the other two nations to entreat their army's aid, and rejoin the knights in Juno shortly thereafter. But my lord, you still need rest. I will be fine. Now, I must make haste and... Sir Regulus! Sir Regulus! It's nothing. My lord, you mustn't go. Not in your current condition. No, this chance will not be wasted. Even Count Borel himself has pledged his full cooperation and will assume the role of official emissary on this mission. Excuse us. First, we brought this medicine here for you. And second, Jareth and I volunteered to undertake the journey to Bastock and Windurst in your stead. Jareth has proven himself to be quite a competent navigator. I guarantee you'll not find a more qualified substitute. We'll be back before you know it. And since Monterley Count Borel will be doing all the talk at each destination, you can rest completely assured. Please consider, my lord. Oh, I have every confidence that these two will not fail. Very well. Jareth, Lisette, I'm relying on you. The fate of Vanadil may well be resting in your hands. Yes, sir. Leave everything to us, sir. Now, this way, my lord. You need to lie down. I must admit, never once in my life had I dreamed of traveling in the company of a true Mayakov dancer. Not that I'm complaining, of course. Not the least. Pleasure is all ours, Count Borel. My name is Lisette. With me here is my trusty partner, Jareth. Together we form the unbeatable tag team duo, Future Fabulous. Just to give my lord an idea of our recent accomplishments, not a few days ago we made mincemeat out of a dark dragon. On a separate occasion, overcame the extinction of a planetoid species. Whatever the task, and no matter the odds, future fabulous shall prevail. That's, wonderful. During these needy times, we certainly welcome all help offered us. On behalf of Sandoria and her citizens, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude for coming to our aid in this hour of need. You needn't mention it, my lord. We are at your most humble service. Now, to recap, our contact in the Federation of Windurst is Velda Galda of the Patriarch Protectors, and in the Republic of Bastok, Radford of Strategic Command. Both are acquaintances of mine. Royal messengers have already been dispatched to inform both parties of our coming. We should not have to wait over long to be granted audience with the Warlord, and President Theron. Now then, until further ado, aye aye, sir. Okay, so apparently there's a cutscene one, so we're gonna have to tap ourselves down to 30 frames, which is annoying. Luckily, I think I can just copy and paste what I need to do. So we're gonna run 30 frames a second for a little bit. Okay, so we can go to Bastok immediately, but we are going to have to run to Windurst. So that's going to take a little bit more time. However, we shouldn't have too much difficulty getting there. Let's go ahead and jump to... Actually, you know what? Turn ourselves back up to 60 frames a second, because that was the next mission, not this one. So travel to another home point. Westerberg Front. Okay, speak to Radford near the metalworks at H6. And I know Bottom of the Scourge pretty well because he's the guy you talk to get your evaluations and your ranks up in campaign. I think, if I remember correctly, the first time I went back to playing like campaign stuff, it was to get the allied notes to get the armor sets. I think that's what I wanted to do. I can't remember. Now, he's around here somewhere. Radford, where is he? There he is. There's Radford. My dear Count Borel, it is good to see you again. We had received word that you would be coming. Good to see you also, Radford. My apologies for the late notice. But pray excuse my brashness, but time is of the essence. How soon may we present ourselves to His Excellency? The word of your arrival has already reached the President's ears. This way, please. Welcome to our fair republic. Interesting to see everybody set up in armor. It is to my understanding that you bring a matter of grave importance to this discussion table. I hope you don't mind my legati taking part. No, not at all, Your Excellency. Now, if you'll allow me to explain the events that which led up to this sudden visit. Juno is to surrender? Then the very architect of the Alliance could have been such a drastic change of heart as inconceivable. On delivering the news to King Destin, Sir Nagmalada appended that the three nations too should make ready for unconditional surrender. Throwing down our swords, however, is the last thing on the mind of Sandorians, as it is ours. A Juno surrender would have a calamitous effect on the war and must be avoided no matter the cost. To this end, Sandoria will dispatch a contingent of knights to aid in the duchy's defense. Now, the kingdom humbly asks that our ally, Bastok, too lend soldiers to this most worthy of causes. What say you all? As much as we'd like to rush to Juno's aid, to put it bluntly, we haven't the capacity to do so. We've incurred heavy losses over the course of this accursed war. Any further dents to our ranks, we'd have no choice but to consider conscripting civilians. I must concur, in our current state, sending away even a small contingent of soldiers would be tantamount to cutting off our own sword arms on the eve of battle. Maximilian Berger. But... The 4th Division too suffers from a severe shortage of hands. Countless Republic soldiers, good men and women, were felled in the Battle of Grauberg. Brave though the situation in Juno may be, I fear we have no soldiers to spare. However, it pains me to have this to say, is Count Burrell, but given the circumstances, Bastok cannot answer the call. We ask you for understanding. In better times, such a discussion would not have even had been necessary. Oh, and who could this be? Zazarg, 4th Division, 7th Cohort Perfectus, Zazarg, reporting. Zazarg, where's the meaning of this intrusion? My apologies. As the head of 4th Division, it was I who called upon the Perfectus. Yes, and my apologies for gate crashing this little party and eavesdropping and whatnot. But enough beating around the bush. Mr. President, sir, requesting permission to lend the 7th Cohorts in Juno's defense, sir. You needn't worry about manpower if that's what's on your mind. As of late, my units received a generous injection of young blood, raring to prove themselves on the battlefield. You're joking, surely. The 7th Cohorts had more akin to a basket of rotten eggs than a military unit. What can a bunch of untried social misfits hope to achieve? Legatus Berger, if you don't mind sparing a bit of your precious time, it'd be my pleasure to give you an inspection tour of the 7 Cohorts. See the lads and lasses with your own eyes, and even you will be compelled to retract your rotten eggs comment. And that comes from the Zazarg guarantee. It's quite the mystery, but all who join the 7th Cohorts, even the disagreeable types abandoned by society as lost causes, undergo a transformation and are reborn as disciplined soldiers. And as an added convenience, it appears that a sizable chunk of the Beastman forces camping about Juno is made of Kodov, our specialty. Unlike us, though, the folks over in Juno haven't had much experience dealing with the turtle men and their thick hides. That's why they've been having it rough all this time. Nobody here discounts the duchy's strategic importance, that much we've established. If she were to fall to the Beastmen, it would only be a matter of time before the three nations follow suit. Let's go and lend a hand to our Genoan brothers and sisters, I say. I beg you to consider, Mr. President. Rough-mannered as Zazarg is, I can attest to his leadership and prowess on the battlefield. I think Zazarg is the same one who becomes a royal serpent general. Very well. Prefectus Zazarg, have your unit mobilized. I leave the matter in your hands. Now we're talking. Thank you, sir, Mr. President, sir. The 7th Cohorts will strike out for Juno without delay. Thank you, sir. Now, little missy, I haven't done anything deserving of such enthusiastic display of gratitude. There's nothing special about helping out friends in need. And nationality sure as heck's got nothing to do with it either. Am I right? Yes, sir. Okay, so we did that. Now we have to make our way off to Winders. So I think the closest the farthest we've gotten is the Samurok Champagne. So we'll have to work our way there. Now, where's the book? Book's on the far side. I gotta go this way. I believe this means that we'll have to go through yet another, we'll have to go through another unknown map, which is Fort something. Patient assistance. Iron Citadel. Yep. Now, we ended up at the entrance. We're going to go ahead and run out, and then we're going to mount up and run. Fly, you fools! Fly! Hey, we get a little bit of music. Now, I've been looking through the mounts that you can get, and a lot of them are pretty standard. This is a game where I'm not going to necessarily care about getting all the mounts. It just doesn't appeal to me for some reason. There is one mount I would like to get. It's called the Leviticus, and if you guys remember when I played through Rise of the Zalart, Eldenark rode on it. It's the platform that he's kind of standing on. I want to have that mount, and apparently it's not particularly hard to get. It is a little tricky. At some point, I would like to get it, and then use that as my primary mount, because I think it'll be fun. I think the main reason behind me not necessarily wanting to get in the mounts is because the mounts are, for the most part, you get the mounts out of the login points. I'm pretty sure that there's other stuff that I can use the login points for. The reason I got the tiger is because, one, I kind of like the tiger. I thought it was better than the raptor. So that's kind of my excuse for that. But there are other mounts that I was like, eh. I mean, there's a couple versions of Bomb. The Iron Giant actually looks pretty cool. It just would be a really, really big mount. I don't even know if when we'll run into Iron Giants. I think you can run into them in Wings of the Goddess. I'm not sure. As they are a newer enemy, and the Iron Giants actually look quite different from what you'd expect. They're not like the Final Fantasy 8 or 9 or 14 ones. So. Okay, so we're going to head out into the Marathop Mountains. Now, as we're running... Did I actually grab that one? No, I haven't, because it didn't show it there. Let's go ahead and hop off for a second. Okay. Good. As we're going through, I'm going to be grabbing books and home points when I can. The Marathod Mountains, I believe, have linked to Castle Ostrica, so we want to run by and grab there. Yes, Fort Karuga Naruga. That is where we'll be heading. So we're going to go ahead and grab the recall over here as well. Outpost. Ah, there's also a maw that we can grab. Let's go ahead and do that too. We want to grab the maws, we want to grab the home points, we want to grab books, all that good stuff. So we can just travel back and forth. Now, Fort Karuga Narugo is one of the new maps. I ran through Grauberg when I ran to get to Bastok last week. It would have been off stream. So, we'll eventually have to go there at some point. Remember that as we go through these, I will be going through all 3 quest lines for the nations because you get trusts at the end of them. So we will gain a trust for doing the ones for Sandoria, the ones for Bastok, and the ones for Winters. And I then think if you do all 3, you unlock a 4th, which would be Juno related. I would assume. It being the 4th one in question. Go ahead and run up here, out of the canyons. The Flasias. I do like that they kind of reused maps, but they've also introduced a few more. So you kind of know what they look like. They've had to do a rechange and stuff like that. But they've also not made the world nearly as big. See, you can't go to the Maze of Onzozo from here. Is that the... Yeah, I think that's the one. Maze of Onzozo? Yeah, I think so. I am so in older games like this, and you can kind of do it now. I am not against asset reusage to a point in games. If you use it too often, now the game is boring because you don't get anything new. If you can reuse stuff in a certain way, like you can reuse like the layout of the map, but then you like put new stuff on it. You do new colors, new enemies, and stuff like that. I don't mind that. Because you are saving the company money and time by reusing stuff. Now, I know a lot of people saying, like, they should put out new stuff all the time. If it is a smaller IP, if it's a newer IP, by all means, make newer stuff. Don't do there. But if you have a lot of assets available to you, and you have the ability and you want to like work some more, do some retweaking of those assets for benefit, I see no problem in doing so. I will go to the Walk of Echoes at some point. I know that there's something with the monthly things about opening a chest in the Walk of Echoes. I don't know what that entails. I know later on that's kind of where we'll be. We have to fight enemies in the Walk of Echoes because it's a convergence of timeline. So. Oh, I just made that connection that the Walk of Echoes could be considered kind of like the lamppost at the end of time in Chrono Trigger. Makes kind of sense. Square Enix did both games, so. Because I believe that at the Walk of Echoes, from what I think I saw briefly on the wiki, there are fights that you have to do there. There are fights you have to do there, and that's also where you do some trials and stuff. What was it? I think it was unlocking the Imperium weapon skills for all weapons, I think. Not positive. Survival guide there. I now need to grab the Yagudo. In this period, they have a little bit more hawk-like features rather than these big-beaked ravens. Let's make sure that we grab the recall crystal. And then we will keep going. Looks like you... Okay, so there are 2 directions to go for Fort Karuga Naruga. I don't know which one is which. So, I'm going to hope that the one on the bottom there, the south one, is going to be more advantageous for us to use. Here's hoping. Here's a recall spell. Telepoint. This is recall Meritod. We actually get a run across a little bit of injury. Oh, that's a new scorpion type. Skeletal Pendria. Nasty. Mountain. Sceliopendrid. Got this gold, slightly iridescent to it. Interesting. All the axe beaks. We want to go this direction. Or we might be able to go through here. Up to the left. Now, I briefly remember actually doing campaign fights here in Fort Karuga Naruga, but I don't remember the map itself. I never remember going to Windurst. Like I said, never did. It did very little in Wings of the Goddess. I'm very much a man who likes to do things in order as they release. I'll even watch movies or play games kind of how things released, how they were released, rather than the chronological order. Not always. Sometimes I'll do it in chronological. Typically, when I'm getting into a series of some sort, I will do that. Okay, Fort Karuga Naruga. Let's figure out how to get ourselves over to Saruda Baruda. Any second. There we go. Took a long time to get through that transition. All right. I'm always really quick on the jump there, and I need to wait a few seconds for it to load in. Okay, so Meritov Mountains. I don't know where we're supposed to be going to get to Saruda Baruda. Get to Windurst. Change map. that's the inside of the fort. It's not where we're wanting to go. I believe we're supposed to go down to the south there. So we'll just keep hanging left and hope we get there. Oh, we might have to go up and get to... This is a one-way. It doesn't look like it, but it is. I can't go up that direction. That's annoying. We have to run backwards. We have to go the other direction. Super annoying. I guess I really could have taken a moment to look at the map from the other direction and potentially have found a better way to do it. Oh well. Looks like Winter's Walls is going to be the place that we go, so like I figured, it was going to be around Heaven's Tower. Sneeze again. And appeals and oh, that's a notorious monster. Chop chop. I say it's a chop chop. Oh, big old chasm. Okay, our entrance is up there. There's a comet. Really clean and simple now to see it. Here we are. On a gates entry and everything. Nice. Oh, and there's a book here. Going the right direction. Okay, we need to take left. Now, to get through the fort, I'm not sure what fully is necessary. I think we're just going to run around other than trying to go through it. But who knows? Okay, so by looking at that, cavalry gate. Aha! The reason being specifically, we want to get in here to see if there's a way that we can actually warp ourselves in here, rather than just the aha, here we are. Okay, now, by looking at the gate that we had, open please, thank you. I believe D kicks us out the other side of the gate. Yeah, D and C, C and D are both wanted, are the directions we want to kind of get ourselves through the fort. So. Now, I would assume that these portals are meant to get, like, certain places in the fort itself. Like, it's a fast transit system or something. We will use the normal paths. If possible. We'll dismount. I have no idea if the fort has enemies. I don't think so, because this would be an equivalent to a stronghold of some sort. So. I probably will need to look up what to do with what those different pads do, if they're like portals or something that allows you to kind of warp around quickly. can only make the assumption that yes, they do. But I can't be... I couldn't tell you for sure. Because there's another couple paths. Okay, we want to go out C. C is closest to the direction that I think we want to go. Except... C... Well, for that bit seems blocked. That door was not the intended door. This one was. The great rise! Here we go. That was fairly painless. Happy to say. All right. We keep working our way down. Yeah, I just had to move the map down a little further to see it goes to West Saruna, so. Okay, let's grab that maw and be our way into Winder's Walls. So, and there's the book. A lot more walls built up. There's the outpost. There actually is a fight going on here. Salve mixers are getting against birds. I would normally jump in, but we're kind of on a schedule, so. And then here's another maw. Wonder how much more different it is here. I can't access that door. There's another entrance over that way, by the north. Maybe that's the one I have to use. Toad! First time we've seen the toads, I think. I don't think I ran into any pirogos while I was in Ottergon. Yeah, these ones are blue, so the gate's not closed. Cool, here we are. So that should be more or less all the zones that well, I still do need to go to Houston and Zarkabard in the past. I'm sure we'll do that later. Ooh. Oh, gosh. Oh, buildings are gone. We ride for Sarmog. We'll teach us how you little fear the Libran warlocks. No Ritartaru, no surrender. Look at all the green chocobos. Oof. Hey, what are you doing blocking the road like that? You want to know about the buffoon that injured Agito Madarijo, child genius? Is this the first time you've seen the warlocks? Are you some sort of country bumpkin? That's why I was likely off to investigate Taru those things. Being from the country, you've probably seen one. Weird monster with a gaping maw. Looks like they could swallow you whole. Anyway, whatever it is, it isn't good. I sense something dreadful on the horizon. If only they would allow me to join the warlocks, I'd use my skill of magic to solve this mystery and preserve the peace of Windurst all at the same time. Why won't they recognize my talents? Just because I'm a child? Genius is never appreciated in his own time. But I can't be wasting time bantering with a bumpkin. I have business with the Mithrin mercenaries. And don't go blocking any more roads! Drops an inky black Yagudo feather as he rushes off. Ah. So we were not doing the Heaven's Tower. We are just handling... We are handling this area. I get the names of the zones in Windurst mixed up for some reason. I can't get them separated. Probably because a large portion of them have the W's in them, maybe. Hello, Sephiroth. Please come on in. Good. Made it to Windhurst. Lovely. Now, we need to talk to Velda Gelda. Oh man, it looks like something. It's like this place got bombarded at some point. Now he's at K9, so he's actually far further. Yeah, he's at the crossroads over that mission. Okay. There he is. Count Burrell. Beldagalda. My good sir, it has been a while. A while it has been indeed. We've been eagerly awaiting your arrival. It's good to see you in such high spirits. Now, as you no doubt I'm well aware, the purpose of my journey here is... Why, the last time we met Taro would have been at the final finals of the Three Nation Conflict Tournament. Yes, that's it. Ah, the memories do come flooding back. I must say, the crowning moment of the tournament, Taro, was when, in the dying seconds of the final round, I dropped my Lord Cole to the ground wound with the butt of a club and dashed to victory with Petra in hand. Why, it's still freshy-wesh in my mind, as though it happened as Taru yesterday. Ah, those were the days. Pray forgive my cutting short of your delightful reminiscences, but the matter I seek to discuss with the Warlock Warlord is of utmost importance. Oh, yes, that's right, Taru. Come with me, please. Oh my, who are these? Windhurst extends its welcome to our Sandorian allies. Official emissary from Sandoria, Halvar M. Borel, at your service. Well met, Count Borel. I am Warlock Warlord Robel Akbel. And I am Leko Habhako, military tactician and advisor to the Warlock Warlord. With me here are my traveling companions on this mission, Lositov Troop Mayakov, and... Oh, that's the only male Mithra in the game? Oh, I knew that there was one. I didn't know that was him. Jareth of the Knights of the Iron Ram. I see. Now then, what is this urgent matter that you wish to discuss? Yes, well... Surrender? Those are the exact words of Sir Nakvalada. But the regions surrounding Juno have hosted a great many battles against the Beastmen, as well known to us. What is the kingdom's stance on this matter? My lord, Sandoria is united in the belief that Juno must not fall to the Beastmen. By order of King Destin, preparations are being made as we speak to send a contingent of knights to bolster Juno's defense. That is why we've come, to seek help from our Windhurstian allies in the form of further reinforcements for the duchy. His face is covered in wrappings. I wonder if he's burned his face or something. Something is amiss. Extremely amiss. Nakmalada is renowned the two continents over as a shrewd negotiator and brilliant strategist. He certainly isn't type to be preaching surrender at this premature stage. Which means... While we're sorely aware that the Federation must prioritize its own welfare, Juno's surrender would have an irreversibly disastrous effect on the war. Please, sirs, I beg you, assist us in the defense of Juno. Leco, what is the current state of our forces? The war warlocks cannot be relieved from their current posts, the Mithra mercenaries on the other end, and Rizla just had their numbers replenished. Or perhaps... Understood. Winters would not turn a deaf ear to this earnest request from our Sandorian brothers and sisters. Your wish is granted. Juno can count on reinforcements from Windurst. Thank you, Your Excellencies. The story is very good. I'm going to do all the missions because trusts are attached to the end of them, so. Let us fight side by side for the survival of Juno and the future of all children of Altana. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way through doing the quest system for the nation, the past nations, as well as do the ones in the future. A moment. If I might inquire your name once more. Oh, but of course, I'm Lillicet, Troop Mayakov's brightest young star. Honored to have made your acquaintance. Lillicet. A beautiful name. I wonder what that was about. Lillicet, Jedith, I thank you both for your cooperation. With your invaluable assistance, our mission to entreat the aid of the two nations was a success. All that remains is now to relay word to Juno and ensure that no acts of folly such as surrender take place. Yes, my lord. I fear this is where we must part. My duties require that I be at my king's side. Take this letter and see it safely to the hands of Archduke Kamlin. After you have done so, be on standby to receive our knights upon their arrival. Understood, sir. May the goddess keep you. Okay, so apparently we also need to go to... Okay, this is the time when I need to activate it. Oh, that looks so choppy. Luckily, I don't have to do it only at certain times. And it's great when the wiki tells me explicitly when to shift down to 30 FPS. Having to play the game like this like all the time, can't imagine going back to it. I'd survive, but I'd be annoyed by it. Okay, so we now are going to Semerg Champagne. Oh, do you play the game at 30 FPS still? Huh. Okay, it's rough guide. I'm not one of these crazy people who says like, oh, it has to be 120 or something. I'm very happy with 60. At 30, it's still kind of rough, though. Okay, Argno front. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to go that high. It wasn't. Well, and I wonder if that actually, affects the pacing of some of the cutscenes for myself, because it was meant to only render at 30 frames a second. Meaning, in some cutscenes, it's potentially actually, it's making the animation go twice as fast. Yeah, that was my biggest concern. I think the biggest tell of that was back during Chains of Promathia, when we were at the airship armada and had Bahamut's flare attack, fly across the bridge, fly over the bridge of the ship, when we had Tenzin and the three kids, yeah. Yeah, the fast cutscene add-on. I looked at that when I first started playing. I was like, this actually is skipping through all the cutscenes like completely. I was like, no, I don't want to do that, but I wanted to be 60 FPS because it just looks nice. Okay, now the bulwark gates at E6 and F6. Yeah, I can imagine it would be very useful for things that you've already seen, and making alts and stuff like that. Okay, so I think we go all the way to the Harbor Bridge. The game got dark. It's midday. Why is it so dark? Oh, it might be because it's dusty or something. Yeah. By the way, Seth, we ended up finishing up... yeah, I noticed that. I just didn't expect it to get dark like this. It was like an eclipse was happening, not a dust storm. I ended up finishing up the base Dynamis. Not gonna do Dreamworld Dynamis, though. Not yet. Gonna take a small break. But yeah, I'm wearing full relic armor now. For glamour, which is nice. I feel very happy about that. Looks like we got another battle going. The Liturgists and Liturgists are going at it. When I get around to actually like leveling up my rank in campaign, we might do that during stream. That actually didn't go too bad. I was surprised that I had to fight him I had to fight multiple health bars of his and his transformations and stuff like that. But no, there wasn't any problem. I went up against Dynamis Lord earlier in the stream. Went smooth. I then attempted to do Arc Dynamis Lord and got my butt kicked. So, but I have no problem with that because I figured it was just going to be harder. Didn't realize how hard it was going to be. The fact that he was able to completely wallop me, and destroy 2 or 3 of my trust in one shot. I might go back and do him at some point, but I got my cutscenes and stuff, so I'm happy with it. Okay, let's go talk to the Bulwark Gate and see how this goes on. This is us now trying to get into Juno. So I wonder if we'll end up seeing any of Juno in its younger age splendor. Good goddess. Oh gosh. Oh no, I had no problem with that. For some reason, he never bothered. The Gigas are all set up. Oh gosh. I've never seen such a large beastman force amassed in one place. At a glance, the two sides look to be in a deadlock. But we know better. The beastmen are simply biding their time, awaiting when they think is an inevitable surrender. The Junoan forces are clearly in a bad way. Yeah, let's hurry and deliver that letter to the Archduke. The Duchy of Juno, ruled by Archduke Kalino, lies beyond this point. What business have you here under these forbidding circumstances? Sir, I come bearing tidings from Sandoria on behalf of Count Burrell and Sir Regulus of the Knights of the Iron Crest Hawk. Lisette is my name, and with me is my faithful retainer, Jedith. This here is the official letter, penned by the Count himself. Our sole endeavor is to ensure that a Genoan surrender does not come to pass. Please, sir, it is imperative that we are granted an audience with Sir Nagmalada. Understood. Your concern for the duchy's welfare is much appreciated. This way, if you will. Yeah, I must have gotten lucky with Angry Magnon, because nope, I just beat him like normal. He transformed into a dragon and one of the giant effigies, but didn't cast death, which is surprising. How awful. Brandolf. Sorry to have kept you waiting. I am Brandolf, captain of the Ducal Guard. Sir Nalmagna is, I'm afraid, is presently afield on official business. It would be my honor to attend to you in his stead. Thank you, Captain. You've no doubt already seen with your own eyes the destruction that has befallen our once proud nation. I fear that the days when Juno could receive honored guests such as yourselves in all its glory have become a thing of the past. Please rest assured, for we bring good tidings. We present ourselves before you having successfully secured a pledge of aid from the three nations. Bastok, Winders, and Sandoria alike are making preparations to send reinforcements to Juno as we speak. We beg you, sir, relay this message to Sir Nagmalada and Archduke Camlanov. Juno need no longer surrender. Your dedication to the alliance is touchy, truly. However, Captain, the matter is long settled. The Archduke, his mind will not be changed. Juno's fate is sealed. Other nations need not suffer in the wake of its death throes. But why? It would be wise for you to leave now, while you're still able to do so of your own accord. What on Vana'diel has gotten into you people? Why are you all so quick to lose hope, so eager to throw down your arms? Oh boy. You misunderstand. I wish nothing more than to fight to the last man, unto our dying breath. That is both a duty and honor to give one's life to protect our nation and all its citizens is the common conviction held sacred by all those in the Ducal Guard. Then let us fight together. Bastok, Winder, Sandoria, and Juno, side by side. Lisette, Jedith, fighting is not the only way. You have witnessed for yourself how this futile struggle has laid waste to Juno, the misery that has entailed upon soldiers and citizens both. Continuing to fight with the false hope that triumph will someday smile upon us will gain us naught but more death and devastation. This vicious cycle of heartache and suffering will spread across the land like a crippling disease, plunging all of Vana'diel into the blackest depths of despair. Even if nations were still to remain in the aftermath, they would do so more than a fanciful name given to a piles of rubble and ash. Is such a wretched existence worth the sacrifice? Years from now, can we truly say and believe in our hearts that we've done right by our children and theirs after them? Sir Nagmalada, he enlightened us so. Surrender does not mean defeat, nor does it spell the end. For as long as we shall live, so too will hope survive. And we must have patience, for the time will come again when the children of Altana will rise and reclaim what is rightfully ours. Sir Nagmalada called the Archduke, the Ducal Guard, to assemble and put forth those sentiments, with Archduke Camlo himself in audience. That is how this decision to surrender was made known to us. We, the Ducal Guard, are sworn to protect and serve the Archduke. His fate is our fate, upholding his decisions, our duty. But the reinforcements from the three nations are on their way here this very moment. Could you at least put things on hold until they arrive? It is too late. The Archduke's decision is final. Please understand, the thought of surrender pains us as it does you. We knew that the Archduke, We knew that the Archduke, his circle of advisors, and Sir Nagmalata have been deliberating the possibility. Truth be told, the air of defeat could so swiftly envelop our nation's leaders gave us all pause. Yes, have we? Sir Nagmalata, we were under the impression that you had left to deliver the news of surrender to the other nations. I beg your pardon, Sir Nagmalata. If my lord has overheard the conversation between Captain Brandolph and myself, could surrender not be delayed? The surrender ceremony is about to commence. It would be held deep underground, directly beneath Heaven's Bridge. They summoned us to sign the instrument of surrender is what little more than a hole in the ground. Final act of humiliation to sweeten their moment of triumph, no doubt. That's the kind of petty thing those foul pigmen would derive pleasure from. All personnel have been evacuated from the residential area as you commanded, sir. Young lady, it would appear your efforts were in vain. But be glad, for now you have the chance to bear witness to a truly historic moment. The death of a nation. We couldn't stop them. Juno is going to surrender. Jeth, what are we supposed to do now? Why don't Juno do as the Junoans do? Try to buy some time. Right, it's not over till it's over. We have to find a way to stall them until help arrives. Now, the ceremony is supposed to take place underground, but where could the entrance be? My lady, Barnabas, the name sounds familiar. I understand you suffered much on Juno's behalf and wish to express my regret for the ways things had to turn out. It's far too early for apologies. Two of us are going to head underground to where the ceremony is being held. There has to be something we can still do. I see. Up atop a defensive wall out in Battalion Downs is where you will find your entrance. Take this key with you. You will need it to unlock the hatch. Very expressive. Thank you. Should you require a replacement, speak with Erwin here, and he will provide you. Your courage and determination have rekindled the dwindling fire of my spirit. Truth is, we of the Ducal Guard have been grudgingly biting our tongues all this time, expressing the burning desire to keep on fighting. That Genoan soldiers are mulously stubborn and loath to admit defeat is no lie, it would seem. As you make your way underground, so too will we prepare for our final stand against the enemy. And as for Captain Randolph, I'm confident it won't take much to persuade him to see things our way. Understood. Lillicet, Jedith, the continued existence of Juno is at stake. We, the Ducal Guard, humbly beseech your help in our darkest hour. You can count on us. Jedith, the only option left for us is to go underground and raise some heck. It's just as well, though, because keeping up the diplomatic charade is becoming rather tiresome. Okay, so we go out to Battalion Downs. Alright. Well, we're gonna have to do a little bit of a ride then, I think. J9K9 in Battalion this. Okay. So I find it always weird. There always seems a little bit of a paradoxical thing in time travel in games, movies, and stuff like that. Because of things that we've done, we made the medicine for Rogelus, which makes me wonder if we had to do that. So it's this loop of us having to do it to make it. If Juno and the Battle of Juno that we know apparently happens is actually meant to happen because we intervene here, it just raises questions for me, honestly. I also then try not to think about them too much, because if I think too much, it'll make my head hurt. Well, think too much about it specifically. Okay, now hold on a second. So, J and K9. Oh, okay, so it's like right over here. We're supposed to go somewhere around here. Where is it? See, I'm in the underpass. Underpass hatch is on a rampart inside. Yep. Inside of a tower. That's not it. Probably over here. Oh, hang on. No, that's not it. That's it, though. Nice. There they are. Here we go. What are we going to do, you ask? Well, isn't it obvious? Grace, vigor, charm. These are the three tenets of Troop Mayakov. Keep them close to heart, for the curtains are about to rise on Little Set and Joe's first ever duo performance. I leave the ones over there in your care, Jeth. Where's Archduke Hamlinov? Why is he come not? These surrounds befit not a man of his exalted stature. I shall partake in this ceremony as the Archduke's representative. Archduke, no resistance useless. He is stubborn man. Good soldier know when fight is over. Your fight now over. You press seal here, then all your Juno are belong to us. Ow! Oh, that would hurt so bad. Woo! He's flexible. Intruder? Ooh, she's smooth. I wish weapon skills worked kind of like that in this game, swinging back and forth to each and every one of them. Dang! Way to go, girl. That was one thing that kind of annoyed me when 14 played. They made it so then you can never really see when your own character would like strike out and destroy things. They apparently did it in this one. Beautifully done, Jedith. Oh. If you want to live, I strongly suggest you stay put. Oh. What happened? How can they hear? Just some vermin common to these parts. Please ignore this little interruption. Who are you calling vermin? No! Get your filthy hands off me! As the show started without me, Sir Regulus. Well, if it isn't my dear comrade Jedith, ever fond of heroic antics, that feisty little charm over there. Feisty little charmer over there. Yeah, that's the only sad thing. And that feisty little charmer over there would be my troop point. Palther girl. Anyone who dares mistreat her will answer to me. Mr. Mayakov. Lilith! Just because you've been trying to save the world doesn't mean that you're excused from lessons. You polish duty for 1 month. No, anything but that. Forgive me, Mr. Mayakov. I'm pleased to see that you arrived, Sir Regulus. How goes the kingdom's preparation for surrender? You know as well as I that Centauri feels on that front. Now, if you don't mind a chance of conversation topic, Juno appears to have a monster infestation problem. We took the liberty of ridding the duchy of some of our own on our way here. Obviously, our infestation problem wasn't sufficiently severe. Who are you really? What are you playing at? Sir Regulus, your condition. You needn't worry, I'm back to my strappy best thanks to the medicine you and Jedith gave me. Or brought me. Great! You look like tin soldiers and fashion models, but... Gwajbaj, good soldier. Good soldier underestimate, not opponent. Now we... Oh! I wish that's what happened when we did a punch of some sort. Did Howling Fist and made things fly. What? Terribly sorry for the delay. We were waylaid by a persistent band of orcs who just wouldn't take no for an answer. Sorry excuse for appetizers they were. But that's no big deal because I'm famished enough to skip straight to the main course. You curse! Boss, they sully Gutretter's order. We tear too many pieces. Steal yourselves, pigmen, for by the morrow, none of you shall breathe Juanian air. Come now, don't be shy. The Zark here is going to personally discipline each and every one of you. Tisk, social matters. You very disappoint, Gwajbaj. Now no more nice gentlemen. Negotiations are over. You are on way to destruction. Oh man. So it begins. What in the goddess' name? Who could be? Who else but that young dancer and her companion? Barnabas, you told them of the hatch and even went as far as to give them the key, didn't you? I'm not sure I understand, Captain. If I may be so bold, the key gone missing from the vault isn't something you'd overlook, sir. Unless there are other reasons for you not pursuing the matter. What's done is done. I, too, am but a mulishly stubborn soldier of Juno. Unsheath your weapons! The bridge to surrender has been raised. Only one path remains. Juno will not yield. Not this day, not ever. Winderstian, Cancerin, warlocks report Tarween for duty. Our mercenaries have entered the underground passage to 80 Wade in the skirmish that has broken out there. The path should be cleared before long. You have our gratitude. Hear me, men. Our brothers and sisters in the Alliance fight beside us. Fight well and shame not the proud name of Junan's Ducal Guard. Dojo appears to have begun in earnest. Time for us to pull up our socks and put this underground side act to the sword. Cut renders! We teach enemy true meaning of fear! Everyone, lend me your ears. For this battle, we will engage the enemy in 4 groups. The Ironcrest Hawks and Troop Mayakov will together form the Fist. The Iron Rams, the 7th Cohorts, and the Cobra Mercenaries will make the remaining 3. There will be no fancy military maneuvering, no micromanagement of strategy. Our objective is plain simple: the complete and utter annihilation of the enemy. That's just the kind of thing my Cobras specialize in. Less is more, is what I always say. Jareth, your task is to closely monitor the battle's progress and make your to each of the groups. Understood? Finally, some opponents that may offer my Iron Rams a semblance of a challenge. Let the games begin, I say. My fists are itching like crazy. There's only one known cure. May the goddess watch over you. Jeneth, don't you dare even think about falling in battle. I won't forgive you if you do. Okay. Okay, so from what I understand, I just kind of run around and kind of help them all fight. Well, this will be the last thing that we do on for the stream. Okay, how do we start this thing? Well, they're not running off to do anything yet, so... Find the first group. Okay. Ah, here we are. Nickel and Ruby Kudovs. Oh, that's right. Looks like they fought there. I'm guessing the Sandoria forces up this way. If I had to guess. Nope, this is actually not. White scan. Ah. Oh well, while we're here. I want to find the Sandorian group because there was only 3 of them. Ah, okay. The Bastock group was tackling stuff. Looks like they survived. Okay, so the Sandorian should be done. Other enemies are this way, I guess. Romomigo has fallen. Uh-oh. One Cobra mercenary made it out. Rougelou has fallen. Oh dear. Oh, of course, the big guy's here. Yep, and he's taking out the Iron Rams. Watch Bot show you how true soldier fights. You are on way to destruction. Paladin who can use invincible multiple times. Is it over? Jedith! Are you injured? Did you take any wounds? Young lady, I'll have you know that Jedith is one of my battle-hardened Iron Rams. Your concern couldn't be more misdirected. I suppose you're right. Oh, award-winning performance by the entire cast. Bravo, bravo. A profound apologies for undermining your authority, but seeing how Juno need no longer surrender, I'm inclined to say that things worked out for the better. I trust there'll be no hard feelings between us. Sir Nagmalata? That ornament. So that's how it is. Today's events will be of no consequence. The Battle of Juno marks but the beginning. We shall meet again. Kniving snake. What are you all doing here? What? I traveled to the other nations only to learn upon arrival that reinforcements had already been dispatched to Juno. That such carnage could have transpired here during my brief absence. Huh? Then who are we just... Yeah, that's weird. It couldn't be. Him? More importantly, what of the Beastman force? Yes, they've altered their course and are now heading away from Juno. The duchy is in your debt. Archduke Kalino will be making the victory declaration shortly. I will see you all above. Okay, so... Yeah, who was the... Oh, it might have been the that guy that we saw when we were at Laval. Well, I'll be damned. This is a ravaged battlefield if I've ever seen one. Beastmen were supposed to have altered their course, but to where? Captain of the Ducal Guard, Brandfold, at your service. Well met, Captain. I am Ragerless B. Balamont of the Knights of the Ironcrest Hawk. Yeah, that's a mouthful. It is to you that Juno owes its survival. Thank you. Wasn't much, but please accept this Genoan flag as a small token of our appreciation. Well, would you look at that? But isn't the Archduke in the flesh? Quite the retreat, so I'm told. My friends! It was a long and bitter battle. In their masses, the enemy came. From the darkness they struck. Wall after wall, fortification after fortification, fell to their ruthless advance. Driven were we to the farthest precipice of oblivion. For a time, it seemed that all Juno would never again see the light of dawn. But their sharpest blades could not cut down our pride, nor could their heaviest boulders crush our courage. Before the impregnable fortress of our resolve, the enemy faltered. They cowered. They ran. Etch this moment now deep in your hearts and minds, for victory belongs to us, the children of Altana. Rejoice, for we have triumphed! Triumphed? In this wretched state? You've got to be kidding me. Certainly a poor choice of words. That Archduke. What could possibly be going through that mind of his? Well, interesting. Things have gone as planned. The Beastmen have plotted a new destination, altered their course to Tavnazi. Does this mean balance has been restored? Situation normal? But, Archduke, it can't be helped. Project successful completion takes precedence over our individual survival, our very lives. But the others sure are taking their sweet time, getting late. Could something have happened to them? A little trouble befallen? Now, Naoi, are you suggesting what I'm suggesting? A dreaded thought? No. This won't do. Warning will get us nowhere. No use. There's still much work to do, so let's step to it, people. Chop, chop. If nobody minds, I'll wait here a little while for the others. Wait and see. Why, how very thoughtful of you. Most considerate. But how they knew where to find us remains a mystery still. Oh, what took you so? Yeah, I figured she was gonna get shot. Number 3 has... that one there makes number 3. Number 3, you say? Can you remind me how many more there were in total? No, I was meant to say was, the others sort of managed to, well, escape. I'm so sorry. Yeah. There we are. Or drawl, yeah. And you deemed it unnecessary to share this little fact with me? I'm sorry. Please don't get angry. Be silent. You have two choices. Whoa, that's scary. Accepting the consequences here and now, or reporting your failure directly to Lady Lilith. Which will it be? No, not that. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I promise to be good from now on. I swear it'll never happen again. Consider yourself warned. We shall have to rely upon him again to appropriate the information we need. Wait, was that another Kate's? Odd. I shall tolerate no further failures. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Situation is grave enough without blundering on your part. Yes, sir. If I may speak, sir, they've sure gotten cocky lately, just because they won at Juno. Some cheek they have, considering they don't even know the truth of things. And I ran into that odd pair again when I was last looking to the felines. Seeing to the felines. You know, the ones who bullied my Gallerhig, the elven and the pointy-eared girl. That girl. That she's here in this day and age would mean it's a distinct possibility. So there are others besides ourselves? I knew there had to be a reason why things weren't proceeding so smoothly. She will have to be removed eventually. For so long as she exists, our aspirations shall never be realized. Ah, that's unfortunate for her. For now, however, our priorities are clear. Securement of the matron's person, and the elimination of those meddling felines. Yes, sir. The time has come. Let us be there to receive her. So, do we have a Kate Sith that is traitor? Or was that just coincidence? It seemed odd that there was a Kate Sith right there looking at them and then vanished. Ah, the Walk of Echoes. Oh. Someone new coming through Atmos. Oh, Lady Lilith, perhaps? I would hazard a yes. Oh, and the wings vanish. Nice. We have awaited your arrival, my lady. The others are afield, carrying out your bidding. No effort is being spared to ensure that the plan comes to fruition. My. With the Genoan flag and everything. Sweet. Alrighty. Where did that put us? Right back here. Okay. Where is our... Yeah, it shouldn't be too far. Well, the plot thickens even more. I love it. But that's all we have for tonight. So I'll be heading back to Zandoria to get ourselves off for the night. Those are some lengthy cutscenes, but heck, I don't mind if it tells us some story and it gives us a good little cliffhanger right there. So, Lady Lilith has appeared, it seems. And from what Paul said, it sounds like there are even more of those Fulmars at her beck and call. So, Aquila and Hadral seem to be the only two that we've seen so far. So there clearly should be more. So. And back to the capital. We did some good progress today. I love it. Sorry, I had the chat kind of hidden for a minute. Vandabout has been going okay. I've been able to do some of it. I've currently got to 280. It's not been the best though. Let's see. Okay, can't do that. Can't do the Yeoman stuff. Yeah, so I've been working at it. I'm not going to be hitting silver like I would have liked had I been smarter about it. Had I thought about it, known about it a little bit more, and actually been a bit more proactive at the beginning. I'm not covering it. Anyway. But yeah. Let's see, so we got base dynamics done. I am now on to the Voidwalker Victorious Monsters. Once I get through 3 of those, I will have Masamune base, which then needs to get upgraded further and further. So, but we will have the beginning start of that. Yeah. Well, they lowered that because everyone was having such issues with the wild whatever they're called. I can't remember. Blech. But I don't imagine me able to be able to 640 in the time that is needed. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. I was able to do 4 of them today. Well, three of them, I guess. I think there was a 4th. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, there was, because it was a, yeah, so, yeah, they lowered all of them because, people were having problems with the wild reeves. The wild keepers reeves, yeah. Because, they weren't registering properly. So they basically just said, well, cut that one out and lower everything. So I'm not expecting to hit there, but I'm gonna try. So we'll see how that goes. If I can, great. Fantastic. If not. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of our stream for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow it is going to be our one stream of the week of being in Hard Space Shipbreaker. We will be jumping it back into the ship stuff and working our way through. I'm trying to remember where we left off. I believe Thursday, I finished off with trying to complete a ship. I think I did it just after stream, which felt good. I haven't touched it since, so we're probably going to be getting into a new ship of some sort. We're going to have a little bit more story. I'm hoping that because of how demo charges went and how the middle manager guy has been so just completely blasé with our survival, I'm expecting tensions to be high again. We'll just have to see. But yeah, that will be what we'll do tomorrow night. Wednesday, we'll be back in this game again, doing more. It looks like we're going to be back into our our Young Griffin's quests. Yeah, so we'll have to see how that goes. I'm hoping that won't take forever to get through those 2 quests so we can get back into the story mode itself. But yes, that's how it's going to be going for the time being. If we have to wait for the next game day or something, our first opportunity will be unlocking Dragoon. And I think that's the last job that we have to unlock out of all the ones available to us. Except we can go do Dancer and Scholar. That's right. We can go do those as well. So we'll worry about that when that shows up at time. So Wednesday, we'll be back in this game, working that out. So anyway, I hope I will see some of you guys tomorrow in Shipbreaker. That's always been kind of nice. I have Spotify playing. Just kind of enjoy taking things apart. Logic puzzle, working with, orbital gravity, all that jazz. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So once again, I would like to thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thursday, we're not going to have stream. I'm going to change that in the schedule just after stream ends here. And there's a chance that we won't do Fridays. I'm probably going to cancel it just out of chance, because there's family in town. So there's a good chance that I will actually be with them instead. And I'd rather not keep you guys expecting to see something. So we will have stream Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we will be taking off for Thanksgiving, and we'll be back Monday. So shorter week this week, but hey, I'm not expecting a whole lot of watching because everyone else has Thanksgiving stuff too. So I hope I will see you guys tomorrow. If you are not here, then hopefully you can catch me during any time one of my streams is here. If you're watching this archive post, come to Twitch, follow my channel or something like that. Don't have to be while I'm live or anything like that, but that will allow you to see me when I am live if you have a chance to drop on in and watch. I am slowly thinking about what games we will be playing. Once November kind of shifts through, we're going to try and swap in a third game, something kind of cozy and simple, something that doesn't have combat or explosion, something just very neat, nice, and relaxing and such. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing with that. I'm not sure what that game will be. I will certainly figure something out. But it will be something, a lot more mellow. I don't know. I have some procedural games and some store inventory stuff. We can see what we can find. So anyway, I would like to thank you guys for the third time, and I will be saying goodnight. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're able to have a good Thanksgiving week, and that you will have fun on Thanksgiving Day with family or friends. And until then, I will see you guys when I next stream. Till then, take care and have fun. Good night.